LEGO Pirates in the 1980s were some of the most iconic LEGO sets of all time, bringing us some incredible builds and OG LEGO characters like Captain Redbeard, who I know best from the original LEGO Racers game, which is still a ton of fun. You should play it. Anyways, a while back, my good friend Casey brought me a few of the original sets that his wife and brother-in-law played with as kids. More specifically, the Black Sea's Barracuda and the Caribbean Clipper. Caribbean? Let's see what Kermit the Frog thinks.
He's a Caribbean amphibian.
Ah, Caribbean. It has to be true, because it rhymes. They also gave me an army of Captain Redbeards. They were in pretty rough shape. The pieces were covered in dust, grime, and bugs. Also, the sails were just plain filthy. A few of the flags have broken clips, a common issue in these older LEGO sets. It's gonna take a lot of work to get these ships back to their former scallywag glory, but I'm definitely up for the challenge. My plan is to start by taking everything apart, which will make it much easier to clean all of the bricks in their entirety. I try my best to sort out the pieces by which set they belong to, which should speed up the building process later on. I then took them to the tub and let them soak in lukewarm water with some Blue Dawn. After they had taken their bath, I used a colander to rinse all of the soap and dirt off the pieces, shaking them around to make sure I didn't miss any spots. Some of the minifigures were pretty grody, so I had to break out the big guns and use an old toothbrush to really clean the gunk off of them, which worked extremely well. I took the clean pieces back out to the LEGO room to dry. To speed up the process, I used a fan and my dehumidifier to really soak up all that moisture. Next up were the sails. I've had a few videos on YouTube explaining the best ways to clean these sails, one of which was from my boy Coobers. If you're as old as me, you may remember him from the famous Battle of the Brick video, which was a huge inspiration for me building the Halo map Last Resort. He was also very supportive of that whole build. If you happen to be watching this one, thanks again, that really meant a lot. He suggested just using Blue Dawn and letting the sails soak in that, and after the dust washes off, scrubbing them with a toothbrush. I decided to also spray them down with some stain remover to get a little extra oomph. After letting them sit for a while, I rinsed them off, but they were still pretty yellow. I needed more power. I found another video by the Daily Compulsion, who used OxyClean to get his sails nice and shiny, so I figured it was worth a shot. After letting the sails soak for a few hours in the OxyClean, I took them out and washed them off again, and the difference was insane. Basically night and day.
Don't just clean it, OxyClean it!
Now that all the pieces are clean and dry,
this is where the fun begins.
Building these sets was pretty wild. A completely different experience to building modern sets today. At some points it becomes a game of spot the difference, as they don't show you all the pieces that are needed for a given page. Only some of the smaller sections actually have breakdowns of what's going on. I guess kids' attention spans were a bit better back in those days. Speaking of modern sets, I gave my wife this spooky pirate gift with purchase. She built it so the pirate could watch over me while I built him this incredible seagoing vessel. I was actually chatting with him a bit, and he said that you should subscribe. Arr. As I was getting closer to the end of building, I went ahead and ordered replacement pieces for the flags with the broken clips. It's amazing how expensive used pieces can be when they are this old and hard to find. And after adding the masts, flags, and stringing up the sails, this ship is complete, and man does it look good. Now it's time to throw this pile of pieces together. While it is much smaller, the Caribbean Clipper was a similar building experience to the Barracuda. Personally, I think it looks better, but I'm just a sucker for the color blue. With this ship complete as well,
Now there are two of them.
I laid them out on this awesome playmat with all of the pirates, cannons, and sharks. I was very tempted to play with them, but there was still work to be done. The initial plan was to post these on Facebook Marketplace to sell, giving Casey and his wife Lynn some extra cash to buy their son more Lego. They are collector's items, and in their refurbished state are worth a good chunk of change. But after showing Casey and Lynn a picture of the completed masterpieces, they got hit right in the nostalgia and decided to keep them. So I packed them all up and put them in the car. Soph was pretty bummed that we had to get rid of the ships. She read this textbook through and through and was ready to sail the high seas. But it's okay because I got her the 3-in-1 pirate ship for Christmas to keep her at bay. The ships were an absolute hit with the kids, and Lynn was so excited to see them in person and in such great shape. Just goes to show that LEGO is for all ages and not just the youths. Dad. This was such an awesome project, getting to enjoy some LEGO history firsthand.
They're full of rich history.
As well as helping a friend relive some childhood memories and make some new ones with her kids. Huge shout out to Casey, Lynn, their son Cash, and Lynn's brother for letting me do this. Hope you guys can enjoy these ships for many years to come. And I hope everyone else enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.
Why is the booty up there? All the crew can take it.